Hippies, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Jerry Rig. As always, I am Davvy, your gracious proprietor, and please hit that subscribe button and that bell icon if you haven't yet, so you get notified every time we drop little goodies. We love it. We have so much content here. And part of that content is, if you haven't seen it before, I teach Grateful Dead songs here on a show called Play Dead. There's this show, Jerry Rig, right, where we break down gear, pedals, amps, guitars, as it pertains to that coveted Jerry sound, right? Okay. I've also been playing this music for like half of my life. So, I think that I have something to say about it. But I don't really. But hey, today is very special. We had our buddy Matt over at Stomp Under Foot Pedals send us this little beauty. This is the Dire Wolf pedal, right? And what's really cool about it, first of all, the design is beautiful. It's in this nice powder-coated black box. And you've got this awesome, you've got the old, I forget what this font is called, but it's one of the Grateful Dead fonts. You've got the bolt behind a wolf with the bolt in its fucking head. It is fucking metal. And you've got your regular, your level, your tone, and your gain. It's cool. He signs them and numbers them. This is number 8. That's really cool. What's also really cool is that these are all handmade, hand-wired in the US of A, baby. It's got 2 NOS germanium diodes, and that's what kind of really sets this thing apart, is that it has the ability to go from a really crisp, like kind of just like drive, just kind of like a little bit of an overdriven thing, to just like balls out distorted to where it's just like
fucking insano mode.
Right? You got your little 9-volt here on the side. I'd always rather have it on the side than on the top. It is beautifully designed. And what we're going to do now is we're going to hop over to a close-up of it, and we're going to start fucking with this thing, and we're going to see how it stacks up. And because he says that it gets that mid to late 70s lead tone. You can be the judge of it. I think it does a pretty damn good job myself. So let's get into the old test. Enough talking. All right, fam. So here we are in the old close-up. So what we're going to do first is, so we've got our tone. This is our regular clean tone. Right, so that's clean tone. It sounds all right. Middle humbucker. Jerry standard. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop it on. So you always want your lead tone to be just a little bit above that rhythm tone, right? So I've already got a level that I like here picked out, but we've got our tone and our gain all the way down, right? And so we're just going to like start peppering those in. We're going to play over some backing tracks and just kind of give it some practical use, right? Because that's what this is about. So, all right. So you hear that little bit. Here, we'll give it even a little bit more. Yeah, you see how it just kind of like peaks up a little bit. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start kind of like, because that's too dead. That's too dead. Even if we were to go up to the bridge pickup. So what we're going to do is we're going to start adding in some of this tone. And I want to get it to where I like where it opens up a little bit more. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, that's not too bad. I still might want a little bit more. Okay, so what we're gonna do, like, let's hear this over a little bit of like Franklin's or something. We'll get there. We'll start adding in. We'll probably start adding in some of that gain here in a second. see it's really good as far as like just having like more of like a crunch overtone to it. Like it sounded pretty good with that Franklin's Tower, but that's without any of this gain on it, right? So I think for the next one, we're going to go for a song that's a little bit more harder and just kind of like get that gain up. So just to see what that sounds like, because I really like that kind of like crunch without the gain on it. So then we start bringing in that gain. So that's pretty good. I think that would be really good for kind of like a help on the way. So let's see what that kind of sounds like. I really enjoy how dirty that's getting, so let's crank it up. Like, this is probably more dirty than I will ever play it, but let's just hear it maxed out. Let's fucking hear this bitch maxed out. Let's do it. Let's push it. I mean, that's rough. I mean, it's all, but that's any of these. That's any like heavy distortion pedal pushed up like that. It's metal as fuck. So any metalheads out there, fucking go for it. So let's bring it back. Let's bring this tone back. I really like what this tone does. So I kind of liked them around there. I mean, it sounds really good, so I'm pretty impressed with it. Let's give it let's just rip on it, and I'm gonna take this drive back down a little bit. Bring this tone up more a little bit, and then let's hear it on something else, right? Let's see, maybe a. Okay, so like I'm pretty thoroughly impressed with it. I enjoy it. It is definitely going on my pedal board from now on. I'm digging it. So let's go over to my final thoughts, shall we? Okay, what are my final thoughts on the Direwolf pedal by Stomp Under Foot? I mean, it's going on my pedal board. It's going to be on my pedal board. I think that it's probably going to replace my Green Screamer. The Green Screamer is getting old, and it's not really what it used to be. So it's more than likely because it's going to go on my pedal board, and I found that I like it best outside of the onboard effects loop chain. I like it before it, like so it'll hit. So the way I've got it going on my board is it's going to go into this guy, into the Jar drive, into the tuner, which then goes into the onboard effects loop. So that's like the main idea of what I'm going to do with it, and I really enjoy that crisp drive. Like I really enjoy the overdriven stuff, but I feel like I'm going to get more of a use out of it by using that more just that drive side of it with just like more of like heavy on the tone and less on the gain. But I would say go get it. They're $199 on the website. So I would say go to stompunderfoot.com and grab one if you liked it and it's kind of in your price range and you want to have that ability to go from that drive to that distortion in one pedal, because it is pretty cool that you can do that. I just don't like to fuck around with my pedals that much. I like to set them and forget them and like use them for the applications. Right. So I'm not really going to be one of those guys who's like just chilling and dialing it in while I'm doing it. I'm going to get it where I like it and I'm going to leave it. But I don't really have anything bad to say about it. When I first got it, it was a little dirtier than I thought it would be, but that just takes dialing it in. That took time with it. That took seeing where it would fit in my chain, because it sounds different everywhere you put it. So I've got it before it goes into my onboard effects loop, right? I've got it before the loop. I've also tried it within the loop. It's too much within the loop. And also, you can put it outside and it's almost not enough, like on the very end of it. But it has the ability to push the tubes more the closer it is to your, because this thing is to push tubes. All of these are all to push tubes. So I don't know how well you're going to do pushing it through a digital amp. I mean, mine's half digital. It's a tube pre into a Class D amplifier. But I think that for the money and what he's put into it and what he does, because again, like you can't really, these aren't mass produced. Like he does runs of these. So I'm happy with it. It's going to go on my pedal board. I think you should check it out, right? I appreciate you guys checking out another episode of Jerry Rig. Go check out everything else we do. You can go join the Patreon, right? Patreon.com/Toby and Davvy. There's a bunch of content over there already. Huge backlog. We've got our merch on realbird.company.site. That's our own. That's like our brand. That's our production company. We've also got the Golden Road Guitar Course, $130. You can check that out. The information is in the description below. Again, hit the subscribe button. I love you, babies. Remember, don't be a dick. Just be decent. You don't have to be nice. Just be decent. Don't be a dick. I love you. Mwah.